And welcome back to another edition of Classic Doom Walkthroughs. Today we're continuing along with the Megawa Doom Revolution. This is map 23, Pyramide, I guess. It has an E at the end for some reason. Pyramide of Pain. The game is powered by GZDoom using the Doom 2 Hell on Earth platform. As always, we're playing on the ultraviolence difficulty setting in order to get 100% in all three of these categories. There are 84 kills to be had, 2 secrets to find, and 3 items to pick up. I'll be able to show you how to do all that effectively and with a little bit of flair. So let's see. This is a pretty nice thing to have. Yeah, we get the Megasphere right away and the super shotgun and a backpack. So let's go ahead and come down. Stay off the carpet. I'll explain in a moment. The carpet, if you will, activates the wall down there, which will release a Revenant. So with a Revenant and 2 Cacos, that could be fun for infighting, but generally speaking, I like to just handle the Revenant separately, personally. And that's how you clear out this room with another box of shells. These will be areas we can get to later. We can't get to them now. We don't have the red key, so we can't go that way. So that leaves this way. Now, just a word of wise, there is a crushing ceiling when the bars appear in front and behind you as you go down this hall. The only way to raise the bar in front of you is to shoot the switch in front of us. If you don't, no matter, I mean, at this point you've picked up the supercharge, so you have 200, you will still die. It'll squish you down till 0. So let's go ahead, get trapped, shoot that, get back to the super shotgun. Yeah, you don't want to get stuck in there because your map is over. You've got to start over. There are some pinkies behind the wall here, so with the super shotgun in hand, let's dispose of them. Pick up a little bit of ammo, another Caco. Here you got to press it like it's a switch, so that opens up. I use this barrier as a shield from Arachnotron fire. It's fairly effective, I think. Maybe another shot. No? Am I too far? Okay, that could be. Not the right angle. Come on, Arachno. There we go. Okay. Next thing I do is I press this like it's a switch as well. It releases a whole bunch of pinkies. Now, you don't have free look, or maybe you do use free look, as you know, I don't. So I like to just stand over here and let them come to me. And you kind of dispose of them reasonably quickly. If you don't find it as sporting, then just hop down to the opposite side. Just be careful you don't land on top of one. They do move kind of quick. You pick up a little bit of shotgun ammo, and a rocket, box of rockets was here. I don't know if you saw. Speaking of that, there's more rockets here, including the rocket launcher. So now we have that by way of weapon progression. And now we have the chain gun. But first we take care of a couple of Cacos, kind of semi-guarding this cache of chain gun ammo and weapon. So now we're ready to go ahead. Now some of you I know are not ultimately very comfortable in firing off your rockets at close range. It's something I like to do. It's not always recommended. So what we're going to see here is there are 3 sets of pillars, I guess, that will lower and release revenants every time you step into the light. So what I do is I fire a couple of shots, let's say to the left, to hurt or destroy one of the revenants. And this makes it a little easier to deal with the second one. And that's that. And then we repeat the process. If you don't like doing that with the rockets, then you can go this way. This is the only pillar that raises up that has like a cracked veneer to it. Yeah, it's a great secret with the Omega. That's kind of cool. The BFG, always nice to have. Now, certainly much easier to get rid of the enemies with the BFG. And if you're not a great Revenant dodger, I would recommend you keep the BFG out. I just like using rockets. That's just my own personal preference. Since there are so many, and we will be getting a ton more when we face off against the Spider Mastermind, it's almost absurd how many rockets we have. So I like using them. You don't have to, though. All right, so all the rockets have gone away. Let's head over this way. Yeah, get the red key. So now we're done this area completely. We can continue with map progression. So we have the super shotgun, we have the chain gun, and we have the a rocket launcher. That's pretty good. And of course, conveniently, we're back to this familiar area, and now that we have the red key, let's just enter it. The red room, there are, like I said, a ton of rockets, so why don't we just go rocket crazy? We're facing about, what is it, 4 or 5? Hell Knights. If you think I'm being frivolous with the rockets, you're right. But when I show you the next room with the Spider Mastermind, you'll understand why it doesn't matter. There's like, I don't know, 14 boxes of rockets there, something crazy like that. And I'm not going to be using any rockets on the Spider Mastermind. Her Majesty is going to go down by way of some blasts from the BFG. I'm sure that would be your preference too. Now you see around here, every single one of these doors have kind of like the bleeding skull through the eyes, except for one. So that's the one we go to. The other ones cannot be opened. Let's open this up. Now what we're going to find here are some cacos initially, or a caco initially, and then it'll just be a large gaggle of imps. I like to start off with a rocket or two, just to clear it out. Again, it'll be triggered once you step into the light, so I do that. I head back. I fire off an inordinate amount of rockets, because like I said, when we get to the Spider Mastermind, there's going to be an obscene amount of rockets. Head to the left. It does release this next section of imps, maybe 5. I mean, nothing too challenging. Do go through rather these tunnels, because there is a mega armor there. So do go ahead and pick that up. Oh, we had a straggler. Okay, good. Hit the switch. Yes, you heard the doors open. And what door is that? Well, it's all the doors with the bleeding eyes, right? So let's go ahead and into this area where we will face Her Majesty, the Spider Mastermind. Just for the fun of it, let's run through and grab all those. You see how many boxes of rockets were? It's kind of shameful, considering we're not even going to use them on her. So why don't we go ahead? Where is she? And a 1. And a 2. And that's it. Why would I bother with rockets? I mean, I guess you can. Look how many rockets I fired, and there's still 4 boxes left over. Just crazy. We will get those items. There's a Berserk Pack and an Invisibility. That's just about last. So let's do our best to strafe run across this goo. Damaging floor, of course. I was like, well, that's Spider Mastermind territory. Where do we go now? An imp's going to come out of the remaining door. So let's dispose of the imp. There's also a caco right here. We're also in the room with our final secret. All these cages have something in it except for this one. Go in slowly in case you're an anti-chainsaw person like I am. You don't want to pick it up necessarily, but there is a mega armor, so grab the mega armor at least. You can pick up the chainsaw if that's your thing. Do remember to tag the secret. Another box of rockets. So how can I not be like completely like rocket crazy in this map? I don't know. It's just... it's kind of impossible to resist, isn't it? We haven't really used the chain gun. I guess let's finish them off. Go straight ahead. Sometimes if you kind of veer off too quickly, the Hell Knight in front of us will not come out. It's just a weird glitch that way. There we go. The bridge behind us, by the way, has disappeared. So don't back up. I should probably mention that. Okay, so as we approach this area now, it doesn't matter if you go the left or the right hall. Either one will have you drop into a pit with 3 pinkies. So the key for the pinkies, I think, is to fire and circle as you go, because it's too small an area really to reload the super shotgun. Well, I guess you can use the BFG, but that doesn't sound as sporting to me. Oh, I got 2 in 1 shot there. That's pretty good. So anyway, so that's how I dispose of them. Now, this is not necessarily the best way. You can use your super shotgun. You can use your BFG, but I do like to live dangerously. So let's go ahead without having anything blow up in our face, of course. You don't want to take any splash from the rockets. I like to finish off the super shotgun. And yes, another box of rockets, just crazy. So what do we have here? We have a ton of imps that some will teleport behind you. So I go immediately along this way. I did mention there was a Berserk Pack, and got to be careful you don't take any splash, but oop, yes, a few do teleport in. So let's go ahead. Now that we have the high ground, you can use rockets. Quite frankly, you can use your BFG if the imps bore you. You just find it tiresome. I'm not sure what your preference is, but yeah, looks like we're done. So let's go ahead, head down here. Yeah, we'll take a little bit of damage hitting the switch. We'll do our final count, though. All 84 kills, both secrets, and all 3 items. You know what that means, indeed. We are done. So that is Pyramide of Pain. It's a fun map. I mean, the amount of ammo on this one is a little bit embarrassing as far as what they give you. If you're not comfortable at close range with rockets, it's not terribly helpful. I like close range rocket fire to some extent, so I don't mind it too much. But there's a lot of ammo in this map and a decent amount of health too, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. I think this is a map that you can kind of be a little bit more freestyle and a little bit more footloose and fancy free with your ammo. That's just my view. Anyway, hopefully you did enjoy the video. If you did, hit that subscribe button. You won't miss any further videos that I upload. For now, that's it for Classic Doom Walkthroughs. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time.